motion on inclined planes and motion of connected particles. A and B are points on the same line of greatest slope of a rough plane inclined at 30 degrees to the horizontal. A is higher up the plane than B and the distance AB is 2.25 meters. A particle P of mass mkg is released from rest at A and reaches B 1.5 seconds later. Find the coefficient of friction between P and the plane. First, let us draw a diagram with all the given information. Now it is an inclined plane of 30 degrees. Point A is up over here, and this is the particle P, and this is the point A, and this will be B, and then the normal reaction of the particle will be perpendicular to the plane, and the distance between A and B, this will be 2.25 meters. The particle has a tendency to move downwards, so the acceleration is downward. When the particle is moving down, the frictional force will be in this direction, F equal to mu r, and then the weight will act downwards, that is mg. So now when we resolve it like this and then parallel to the plane, the direction is this and this. So this part it will be, this is 30 degree. So this is mg cos 30 and this one will be mg sin 30. So all the information we have entered in this diagram. Now let us see for P. S is 2.25 meters and T equal to 15 seconds. Initially the particle is at 0. So now we are calculating the acceleration, A. So in order to calculate the acceleration with all this information, we can use the formula S equal to ut plus half at squared. So it is 2.25 will be equal to 0 into 15 plus half into A into 15 square. So 2.25 will be equal to 1.125 A. So A equal to 2 meters per second square. Now we are going to resolve all the forces perpendicular to the plane. That is, this is one force and this is another force. And so R, this is in the positive side and this is downward, so negative, minus mg cos 30. That will be equal to 0. And R will be equal to m into g is 10 cos 30. So when we simplify it, we get our answer as 8.66 m. This is the normal reaction. Now I'll write it over here so that it is easy to look into the diagram. Resolving the forces along the plane. So when we resolve the forces along the plane, this is here and then this frictional force is there. So this is down. So this will be our positive direction, that is mg sin 30 minus mu r will be equal to ma. Now g is 10, so 10m sin 30 minus the value for r we know, we write it as mu, and r we'll replace it, 8.66 m will be equal to ma. Everywhere there is an m in the entire equation, we can cancel it. So now when we simplify, and we have calculated a as 2, so we can write it as 2 over here. So when we simplify it, it is sin 30 is half. So it will be equal to 10 into half minus 8.66 mu will be equal to 2. So when we simplify it, we'll get mu will be equal to 3 over 8.66. 0.346 will be the value for the coefficient of friction. The second question, a particle of mass mkg moves up a line of greatest slope of a rough plane inclined at 21 degrees to the horizontal. The frictional and the normal component of the contact force on the particle have magnitudes F Newton or R Newton respectively. The particle passes through the point P with speed 10 meters per second and 2 seconds later it reaches its highest point on the plane. First, show that r equal to 9.336 meters and f equal to 1.416 meter, correct to 4 significant figures. Second, find the coefficient of friction between the particle and the plane. After the particle reaches the highest point, it starts to move down the plane. Find the speed at which the particle returns to P. Now let us draw the figure. It's inclined at an angle of 21 degrees and the particle P is over here and it is a rough plane. So F equal to mu r, and then the normal contact. The normal reaction is R and the weight will act downwards, which is mg. So when we resolve it, we have it in this direction and this direction. This is 21. Adjacent is mg cos 21 and opposite is mg sin 21. Now we'll resolve all the forces which are perpendicular to the plane. When we resolve the forces perpendicular to the plane, it will be r minus mg cos 21 will be equal to 0. That is r equal to mg cos 21, that is m into 10 into cos 21. That will give us an answer of 9.33. Now in this, we are given with u equal to 10 meter per second. The final velocity is 0 and t equal to 2 seconds. So using our formula v equal to u plus at, we have 0 equal to u is 10 plus a into time is 2. So from this we get our a as minus 5 meter per second square. Now we are going to resolve forces parallel to the plane. So it will be F plus mg because both are downward. F plus mg sin 21 will be equal to ma. So F will be equal to ma minus mg sin 21 m, and our a is 5 minus 3.5837 m. That is this g 10 into 721 is 10 into sine 21 will be equal to 3.5837 m. So our F will be equal to 1.416 m. So we have done our first part. Now in the second part, we have found out from our first part F equal to 1.416 m and R equal to 9.336 m. And from this, from our frictional force F equal to mu R. So replacing in it, our mu will be equal to F over R. That is 1.416 divided by 9.336. That will be equal to 0.1517, which is equal to 0.152, correct to 3 significant figures. In the third part, let us first consider the upward journey of the particle, and we are given with the information u equal to 10 meter per second and our final velocity v is 0, t equal to 2 seconds and our a is minus 5 meter per second squared. With all this information, we can calculate s by v square equal to u square plus 2as, that is 0 square plus 10, 0 square equal to 10 square plus 2 into minus 5 into s. That is when we simplify it, we get a value for s as 10 meters. That is the distance from P to the highest point is 10 meters. Now for the downward journey, we apply the Newton's second law F equal to ma, that is mg sin 21 minus F will be equal to ma. So it is 3.584 m minus 1.416 m will be equal to ma. So everywhere there is an m, we can cancel it out. So the value for A will be equal to 2.168 meter per second square. Now to calculate our final velocity, we can use the formula v square equal to u square plus 2as. So that will be equal to 0 square plus 2 into 2.168 into 10. This will give us 43.36. So V will be equal to 6.58. Therefore, the particle returns to P with the speed of 6.58 meter per second. The third question. A minibus of mass 950 kg is towing a small trailer along a straight horizontal road. The resistances to motion are 475 Newton and 25 Newton respectively. While the minibus is increasing in speed from 12 meter per second to 32 meter per second in 8 seconds, the driving force of the minibus is 3 kilonewton. When the minibus reaches 32 meter per second, the minibus and trailer become uncoupled. A. Find the mass of the trailer. B. Show that the trailer travels 1024 meters before it comes to rest. Now let us see how to solve this problem. First, it is always better to draw the diagram, which is M. The mass is M of the trailer and the minibus has a mass of 950 kg. External force of 3 kilonewton is equal to 3000 Newton. And here a force of 475 Newton is applied. And then between this will be a tension over here and then a tension. Here again a 25 Newton force is applied. Now we'll find the acceleration of the minibus. That is for the minibus. When you take, we have it is given in our question U equal to 12 meter per second and V equal to 32 meter per second and the time is 8 seconds. So now when we apply V equal to U plus AT, that is 32 equal to 12 plus A into 8. So 8A will be equal to 32 minus 12, 8A equal to 20, which implies A equal to 20 over 8. So it is 2.5 meter per second square. So now when we take the net forces acting on the minibus, the net forces are, that is 3 kilonewton, which is in the positive direction. The tension and 475 are in the opposite direction. So now by Newton's third law for the minibus, we have 3000 minus tension, which is in the opposite direction, minus the 475, which is opposite direction. It will be equal to MA 950 into 2.5. So it will be 2525 minus T will be equal to 2375. The tension in the string will be equal to 150 Newton. Let us take this as 1. Now in the next case, let us take the mass of trailer. For the trailer, when we take, that is T minus 25 will be equal to 2.5 M. And we have found the value for T as 150. Let us replace it over here. 150 minus 25 will be equal to 2.5 M. So M will be equal to 125 divided by 2.5. That will be equal to 50 kg. So the weight of the trailer is 500 Newton or the mass of the trailer is 50 kg. The resultant force on trailer when uncoupled equal to minus 25 Newton. So now F equal to MA. Again when we use that, our minus 25 will be equal to 50A. So A will be equal to minus 25 over 50. That will be equal to minus 0.5 meter per second squared. Now our U equal to 32 meter per second. Finally it will come to rest. So the speed is 0, final velocity. A equal to minus 0.5 meter per second squared. We'll find S using the formula V squared equal to U squared plus 2AS. That is 0 square equal to 32 square plus 2 into minus 0.5 into S. So S will be equal to 32 squared divided by 2 into minus 2 into 0.5. Because it goes to this side negative, so it's positive. So this will be equal to 1024 meters. The fourth question. S1 and S2 are light inextensible strings and A and B are particles each of mass 0.2 kg. Particle A is suspended from a fixed point O by the string S1 and particle B is suspended from A by string S2. The particles hang in equilibrium as shown in the diagram. Find the tensions in S1 and S2. The string S1 is cut and the particles fall. The air resistance acting on A is 0.4 Newton and the air resistance acting on B is 0.2 Newton. Find the acceleration of the particles and the tension in S2. Assumptions, that is mass of A. We'll take it as MA. In the same way, mass of in S1, that is the string S1 will be equal to T1 and tension in S2 equal to T2. Now we have drawn the diagram for the forces acting on particle B. The weight MBG acts downward and the tension will be acting upward, and this is for A, with this will also act upward. Now when we take the forces acting on the particle B, we have only this T2 and MBG. So then that is why we'll have it as T2 will be equal to MBG. So that will be equal to, the weight of this is 0.2 and it is a 10, so it will be equal to 2 Newton. If you take the forces acting on A, this will be tension T1 and this will be the tension T2 and the weight of it will act downward. So it will be T1 will be equal to T2 plus MAG. That will be equal to 2 plus 0.2 into 10. That will be equal to 2 plus 2. So it is 4 Newton. Now in the second question, given resistance in A is 0.4 Newton, resistance on B is 0.2 Newton. And the tension BT in the string and the particles fall with an acceleration of A meter per second. These are the assumptions. Now forces acting on B. So we have this mg minus the tension minus 0.2. That is the air resistance will be equal to 0.2 A. That is 0.2 into 10 minus T minus 0.2 will be equal to 0.2 A. So when we simplify this, this is 2 and minus 0.2 will give us 1.8 minus T will be equal to 0.2 A. Let this be our first equation. In the same way, now we have found all the forces acting on B. In the same way, we'll find the forces acting on A and then solve the two simultaneous equations and we can find the value for T and A. Now forces acting on B will be mg and T, mg plus T minus the air resistance R, that will be equal to MA. So 0.2 into 10 plus T minus 0.4 equal to 0.2 A. That is 1.6 plus T will be equal to 0.2 A. This is our second equation. Now solving 1 and 2 simultaneously. So I'll write out both the equations. 1.8 minus T will be equal to 0.2 A and 1.6 plus T will be equal to 0.2 A. Adding the two equations, this is equation 1 and this is equation 2. Adding the two, we get it as 3.4 and this gets cancelled, will be 0.4A, which implies A will be equal to 3.4 divided by 0.4. That will be equal to 8.5 meter per second squared. Now substituting in equation 2, the value for A. So it is 1.6 plus T. 1.6 plus T will be equal to 0.2 into 8.5. When we simplify it, we get the value for T as 0.1 Newton. Thank you.